Hi, everybody. It's Scott. I wanted to give a little 3-minute conversation about this Sunday's class to sort of give you a heads up on exactly what it's about. As I've received some questions, I think that this will help to clarify things. So, on Sunday, we're doing an upgrade class, and it's only called upgrade because I didn't know what else to really call it without making it very long. Adding frequencies to your Reiki attunement through the HolyFire channel energy placement system. I don't know what to call it. I do know how it works, and I do know how it works for me, and so I wanted to present it to you. So I just called it an upgrade. If you're familiar with Reiki, you know that it has a very warm, intelligent, healing energy, that works on excesses and deficiencies in the energy system and quite naturally balances the body, especially if we follow the intelligence of Reiki rather than trying to make it do things. It does its magic, right? It does its healing. The HolyFire Reiki, versus the Usui styled Reiki comes from William Rand, Reiki.org. It is a higher frequency of that energy. So there's a cosmology built into that. Some people have, argued the pros and cons of that cosmology. I sort of embrace the steps without the maybe liturgy associated with it and work it in the way that's most organic to my healing process. So basically, it takes the heavenly energy of Reiki and it adds a current to that is the best way to explain it. And that current is the holy fire energy. Some have compared that to the Holy Spirit. I really compare it to like the sacred flame, the fire within all things, the limitless light as it manifests in the world. A potato, however you want to address that is entirely up to you. Our presentation on Sunday is going to be stepping into the pattern of my Reiki practice to sort of add to yours. I do think that when we learn other people's patterns that we grow magically, spiritually, and energetically. And then, so we're going to do like some gasho, which are like, I already do gasho, but you'll see. And then we'll do some ritual elements, which were partially inspired from my training in the Temple of Witchcraft and Magic, but shaped through a Buddhist lens with the elemental kings and the light of the Buddhas. And then we're going to bring that all together into the placement process in the Holy Fire Reiki. Some people confuse some of these things with Holy Fire. Ignitions happen at the master level. Placements happen at the 1 and 2 level of the Holy Fire. So we're going to do some placements, which is basically another word for empowerment, but really allowing the energy to bring that in rather than the, sensei student type of scenario. I'm going to facilitate the holding of the space for that with a little bit of guided visualization and then the holding of that ritual space to allow for you to experience the energy placement as it's been instructed and I've sort of modified in my practice. Where they're going to do 2 practices from my Reiki manual, Reiki Spirit, and one of those is the Reiki Master Meditation. So we're going to do a guided visionary work with the 3 founders the founder of Reiki and the subsequent people who shaped it, Dr. Mikao Usui, Hayashi and Takata. Is nothing to do with any of their traditions. This is completely organic and came out of my own practice as a ways to connect to the healers within the current of energy. So we're not doing anything, any tradition specific or anything to their, whatever may be associated with them. This is just communicating with the healers within the current of Reiki, specifically the founders, and then we'll conclude with a couple of more things there and a lot of question and answer time in that. So it's going to be a little experiential for us on Sunday morning, and we have a good group. We've had a lot of interest and a lot of questions, so I just sort of wanted to throw this out there. What are you getting in the end of this? I think that as you do, if you've gone to any Reiki shares or other places where they do attunements prior to the share, you're like, I already have an attunement. Why do I need another? It's kind of in the system. It's kind of in the tradition. People do that. They reattune. And so this is sort of a nod to that, I think. But also it adds in the frequencies of energies, to your channel by holding the space for that. I think that they're high, heavenly, bright, and light. I also think that they're more of an emphasis on love is the best description that I can really take from those initial meditations in the Reiki HolyFire and the advancement of that study, that it really brings in a loving energy into whatever you're doing. So the details for the class are on my website, thesacredother.com. And it's also on the Facebook page. If you look for the author Scott K. Smith, not my personal page, but the author page, the details are there. And I've included a couple of things on my Instagram, Scott _K_Smith. I put everything in the notes below this video, so you have an idea of where to find out about it. There's an ask there of 88. It was just the magic number that we chose. We had originally started with 100. That is me and someone else I was talking to on what to price this as for 4 hours of class on attunement. And we sort of bumped it down to 88. Not to fetishize numbers, but it sounded nice and round and fun, double infinity. But negotiable. If you need help with that, you want to attend the class and money's an obstacle, please talk to me. I'm happy to include you if you're truly interested in having this experience and being a part of it. We will be on camera the entire time, so there won't be no on and off camera happening. Obviously, if you need to use the bathroom or something and we take a break, absolutely. But during the attunement process in the class, the expectation is that we will be together on camera. Just as an FYI, some people like to go blank on those things. I guess that's it. I'm excited for it. It's going to be great. Again, all the details are at thesacredother.com. I appreciate you watching, and I hope to see you there. Thank you.